Katie Margraff from Sweet Pea Baking Company in Portland, Oregon, and you're watching The Everyday Dish. Today we're going to make pumpkin biscotti, which is something that we make regularly in the bakery and is very popular. And it's pretty simple, but we're going to use white chocolate chips in this. You can get vegan white chocolate chips online, specifically at the Food Fight Grocery website. But if you can't find them or don't want to buy them, you can also use regular semi-sweet chocolate chips. So the first thing we're going to do is just add earth balanced margarine to a mixer and sugar, and blend that on medium to high speed for a few minutes until it becomes lighter and fluffy. So we're going to make sure we scrape down the sides to get all this stuff off so it mixes evenly. And then just turn it back on. So after you've scraped down the sides and let it mix a little bit longer, the sugar should be well blended with the margarine, and then you'll put the pumpkin in. Just mix that again. Cream it on medium speed for a few more minutes until it gets fluffy. So make sure we scrape down the sides a couple more times after you've mixed in the pumpkin, and we're ready for the next step, which is to put the liquid ingredients in. So we're going to add water and egg replacer, which doesn't need to be mixed beforehand. Just add it in there. And vanilla. And mix again for just a short period of time on medium speed. After that's well incorporated, scrape it down, and now we're going to add the dry ingredients. So baking powder, pumpkin pie spice, salt. Just give that a really quick mix. And then the flour. When you mix the flour, and make sure not to overmix it, we're going to do it just until it's combined, because we're going to add the pecans and chocolate chips to it afterwards, and we don't want to overmix that part. Now we'll add in pecans and the white chocolate chips, or regular semi-sweet chocolate chips if you want, and mix it just until it's combined. And if you feel more comfortable, you can just mix it with your spatula as well. So after we have it all mixed up, we're going to divide the dough roughly in half. It doesn't have to be perfect, and shape it into 2 logs on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Try to get all the good stuff out of the bottom. This is messy, but you'll get over it. So you want to just do roughly this size, and it's going to be about a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch tall. It'll puff up when it goes into the oven. And if you don't want to get so messy, you can put some flour on your hands to avoid that. And again, don't worry about making it perfect. Just try to make it uniform in height so it bakes evenly. After you have them in 2 logs, put them in the oven to bake. Okay. After the biscotti's been in the oven for about 20 minutes, we'll just take it out and let it sit and cool, and just until you can handle it and cut it. So after you've let the biscotti sit until it's cool enough to handle, we're gonna make the cuts. Just place it on a cutting board. Use a non-serrated knife for this, and you wanna just go right down, don't saw it. And you can make these thinner or thicker, kind of whatever you want. And then we're going to put them back on our baking sheet. And when you put them back onto the baking sheet, you want to spread them out a little bit, because the point is to dry out the middle of the biscotti to get it really crunchy. Now back into the oven. So after the biscotti's been in the oven for about 10 more minutes, I'm just going to take them out and set them aside to cool before you eat. And your end result will look like this, using either the semi-sweet chocolate chips or the white chocolate chips. And if you want this recipe, you can go to everydaydish.tv, or if you just want the finished product, you can always come into Sweet Pea Bakery in Portland, Oregon. I'm Katie Margraf, and thanks for watching.